Welcome back, everyone, to the first episode of Season 2. Pretty crazy. We've been doing this for a while.
Man.
I don't even know what episode it's been total, but
It's crazy, dude.
Got Grant here, myself, Adam Tobin, and Will Garlock, and Jredd. Jredd, you want to introduce yourself, man?
Welcome, Jredd.
What's up, y'all? Boy, Jredd. I don't know. Y'all want me to just talk
Yeah,
about
man.
Yeah.
Jredd actually has his own YouTube channel. If you want to kind of give that a little background story.
You know, I always watched one of my main people I looked up to was DDG. I don't know if y'all know him.
I know that actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he content creator.
Mhm.
So I like watching his videos. He's really successful right now. And thing about me is I grew up as an only child, so I always had thoughts to myself, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, why don't I just, pull out a camera since I'm by myself? I'm not talking to nobody. Let me just go ahead
Share my story.
talk to like a little audience. I don't even know if it's an audience there, but why not?
That's awesome.
So I started my channel in 2021. But I say just like the end of last year, I started taking it really serious. Started taking dropping videos and stuff like that. So it's just a channel for inspiration and motivate the youth or whoever, like we was talking about, just anybody who can gain something from it.
Just impact one person. I know, like, for me, when I started seeing you consistently come out with videos, I get excited for you. Like, I get excited when I see that pop up on my story. Like, he's like, he's into it. He's getting after it because it reminds me a lot of us, kind of what we try to do out here. So.
And that's what I always say. I always tell people, like, when you're young, it's time to, like, take a chance on yourself. Like, why not? Like, you got all these young years. You don't want to waste it. You don't want to look back and be like, dang, I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, so that's why I always tell everybody. I try to motivate everybody. Just take the chance. See what you can do. You never know how it can turn out.
We talked about it like a few episodes ago, how you see other people post things and it's just like remove the jealousy factor and just, like, you get excited for people. It's like, man, he's doing his own thing and it's just awesome to see, so
Right.
And you want to like help people out, like watch their stuff, like be supportive. So doing that is obviously very important to
Every time I see you
important to
post,
everyone.
I always make sure to give you a comment or like it and stuff because, I know how well that makes us feel. It's not for that, but it makes you feel good, like what you're doing.
Right.
Oh,
At least
yeah,
one
sure.
person's looking at it. And
Exactly.
it's like, wow, that's really all I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of go in depth on what kind of content you make. Like what like we do kind of anything you can think about under
Yeah.
the
Podcast,
umbrella
right.
of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So like what are some things you do and what are some of your favorite things and what's some things you wish you could do more of?
So right now I'm just truly focusing on daily life. We're in college right now. Got a lot of friends who wish they was in the position I'm in. So that's kind of why I'm starting the thing I'm doing now. Like I'll show behind the scenes of my workouts, practice, whether we have events on campus, that kind of thing. Because I just want, some people, like I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, so they don't understand what's going on up here. So I just try to get the best of what I'm doing so they could just feel like, man, maybe I could get here someday. If he's doing it, yeah, I need to work harder and get there myself. So that's all I'm doing.
Inspiration.
Yeah, just trying to inspire.
When you first kind of started your channel and you were getting into it, did you find, like, I feel maybe about 4 episodes ago, we really started finding our niche and just being comfortable kind of going through the filming, recording, editing process and just putting out the content that we want to put out, right? And, like, so do you think that the time that you said 2021 that you've been doing that, have you found kind of your niche with getting it on YouTube and everything?
Man, I wish I could say I have, but like I said, like it's hard when you're being different, everybody's not kind of on the same time you're on. And so I don't know why, but I need to be more confident in just pulling the camera out and doing that. So that's one of my goals coming up, just to be more confident in just pulling out a camera and recording. Because, people are going to judge you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Some people might get inspired by it. So that's the thing. So I haven't found my niche yet, but slowly getting there.
Yeah. That's kind of what I always thought. I don't know if it was in high school, like if I'm just talking to a camera, or in the middle school, I was one of those kids that always loved to do those trick shots, So like talking to a camera.
Shocking.
And like, I hope my dad doesn't walk in. I'm just talking to the camera. Yeah, plug the smiley ball handling again.
Ball handling, bro, look up smiley ball handling, bro. Look it up right now. But so YouTube's kind of your main, I would say your main platform, right?
For sure.
Are you looking to expand on how TikTok's huge, right? Or you have like Instagram Reels, or you have like anything else like Snapchat,
Mhm.
Spotlight, or whatever, right? Or stuff like that. You looking to expand or what?
I want to at first. I was always. I've been telling myself social media can be such a negative factor in your life. So I always told myself, and then it takes up time too. But I know the best way to put your content out is being on all types of platforms. You know, so that's the plan. That's the plan to get on TikTok. Like you said, Instagram Reels, just Snapchat. You know, anything. So yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
How do you want to see your channel, your brand? How do you want to see that grow over the rest of your career here at DC, and then anything after? I mean, what are some things you want to implement, some things you want to do, and how far do you want to take this dream, basically?
Man, I honestly don't want to stop. Even after I graduate, I want to continue doing this because if I quit on myself, then, you know, what was all the point of putting in all that hard work in? Right. But the goal, I see it, like me and Grant was just talking about, numbers don't matter, you know, so I'm not putting a set number on my channel. I just hope at least I put out at least, while I'm here, at least 30 plus videos, you know what I'm saying? I want to be more comfortable in my speech on the camera, you know what I'm saying? Because I learned so much and I gained so much information from just being around so many people here. So, like, why not capture that or put it on the platform? So that's my goal, just to keep inspiring, keep motivating, and then just continue to drop good content.
Talk us through the process of making the video, on thinking of what you want to film. Second, filming that, editing that, and then deciding what clips go in, what clips come out, and then deciding how you publicize or how you try to put yourself out there.
Man, I don't have a routine yet, so I'm not gonna say this is just like I got it mapped out. I don't have it on the planner. But
That's how it starts, man.
Really everything's inside my head. You know, I do have a planner, so if I feel like a nice event is coming up or something fun, I know just at least if I'm not gonna put the camera out on myself, like on my face, I'm at least flip it out so they can see the area. Like, I went out the country in Belize and I made sure I got a lot of content for that.
That was an awesome video. Make sure I link.
Thank you. I got another video coming up for that as well.
Perfect.
And then I just with the editing process, when I go through it, I kind of just try to get what people want to see. You know, I try to make it funny. You know what I'm saying? I think the most important thing is how long somebody watches your video. And so I try to keep content-wise just something like everybody wants to see, what people want to hear, that kind of thing. So I don't try to keep it boring at all.
Yeah, I got you.
That's kind of thing. And I usually post it when I feel like everybody's on their phone. So I'll post something on Snapchat, see how many people watch it, and then I'll post a YouTube video and be like, okay, most people watch it on Friday. Most people watch videos on Saturday.
Good way to do it.
Look, you're surveying your audience, and that's huge.
Sure.
That's
Definitely.
huge.
I was just talking to that about someone yesterday about like when to post stuff, because when's the best time if someone's looking at their phone or like they don't have anything to do. It's kind of hard to judge, you know.
Yeah.
So
there's numbers and stuff online, and you know, I mean, I don't even know kind of how we just started. I think it was just a Monday at 8 a.m. That's kind of how we started it.
Good to start your week off. You know,
and like that's kind of like I was at home one weekend, and my mom was like, I just really enjoy, like, when you guys post on Monday, she's like, I have the whole Monday to kind of watch it at some point of the day. And she's like, it actually is kind of just like a good start to the week. But I guess, like, obviously we wanted you to come on here to share your kind of platform and your testimony. Like, I know that's real big.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of get into, I'm sure, like, Will has some really good questions in Tobin, but they always do.
Yeah.
But if you just want to kind of share that and kind of translate that into who it is you are today, and we'll just kind of go off that, man.
All right then. Well, first, if y'all want to know, I have a documentary out called Testimony. Right now it's on one of my friends' page. His name is KJ. He creates movies, so that's cool to have like a friend that's on the same, you know,
that's
same
awesome.
mission kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. But I'd say just to start off, I'll start about my family history. You know, I was raised by my grandparents. Mom raised me. Had to move out when I was like 5 because of, you know, living situations. So my grandma took me in, and since then on, you know, just raised by my grandparents. Like I said, only child, that kind of thing. And that kind of had me just, I'm not going to say I was depressed because my grandparents took care of me, but I always asked, like, why? I always question, like, why am I in this position? Didn't know really God then when I was that young,
Sure.
but once I started, growing older, and then my grandparents always taking me to church, I was kind of asking God, like, okay, God, I know you're real, but why is my life so much harder than everybody else's?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So since then my grandfather passed away when I was 11, and then it was just me and my grandma. And my pops was there, but my pops wasn't really a father figure,
Sure.
He was on and off. He was in the military, that kind of thing. He was always supportive of me in sports, but when it came to just knowledge, how to greet a man, how to greet a woman, you know what I'm saying, manners, all that kind of thing, we didn't really just click like that. But
Mm-hmm.
lately now we're getting in a better position, but just hasn't always been that way when I was younger. And then so the whole DC football thing, actually, I was a basketball player all through high school.
We were just
Really?
hooping tonight, man.
Yeah.
Getting some
yeah.
buckets.
We got put off, but
Hey,
Mr.
we only lost by one.
Bucket getter over here.
And actually,
Nah.
Professor Allaire made that shot, but shout out to Professor Allaire.
Absolute bucket.
Go watch that last episode with him. But
For sure. But yeah. So I only played 1 year of football, my senior year.
yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, and I was in the locker room with one of my guys, and we were talking about recruitments and that kind of stuff. And that's when he's not here now, but Coach Starkey, was here in 2019. He hit me on Twitter, like, come by, did that whole process, and then I don't remember the date, but told my grandma and my dad, I was like, man, I gotta take this chance, man. Like,
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't get recruited, man, so let me go ahead and try this, man. It's a blessing. I only played 1 year of football. Why not?
Now you're a college athlete, man. That's awesome.
Man, yeah, so I took the visit up here, man, enjoyed it. Had Coach Johnson up here, and then stories just...
Did your grandparents come with you on the visit?
No, it's just me.
It was you. Wow.
I hopped on the
That's
flight.
a
My
journey.
first flight by myself,
Wow.
and I came up here. It was 2-stop. I was out of Memphis to North Carolina, then to up here.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
So then you got here and it was just like everything clicked and you're like, let me keep this chance going. You feel like God just put you here for a reason? Or
Man, it was so much quieter than back home. I just knew it was a place I could stay focused. So I was like, yeah, this is the one. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's like taking a risk. Like I said, you gotta take a risk on yourself. So,
Yeah.
and it's been good since then.
Yeah, man.
I know with me, like, as far as taking risks go, like when we first started this podcast, yeah, we took a risk, but I can tell from me personally, like the first episode, how I felt internally compared to now. Like I was so much, like I was a lot more jittery, I guess, or I was a lot more nervous than I am now. You know what I mean? So getting yourself out into uncomfortable situations, the more you do that, the more you can kind of get used to that feeling and make yourself comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's one of the things I think we actually talked about on our very first episode was being comfortable, being uncomfortable. But it's so true, and that's how we kind of gotten into this position of starting this, and obviously you as well with your channel, and then just obviously becoming a football player at the collegiate level.
For sure.
You know, it's special. How would you say, like one day we were kind of talking about after basketball today was like being a leader, and how you implement that on a daily basis. Do you think your story, your testimony, kind of growing up, you had to be a leader when you were a child, and then how you've like developed that?
Yeah, I always think how I implement it is just staying true to who I am, not following the crowd, you know. And that's also with me growing up back home too. It's Memphis isn't just the nicest area, not known for good things, you know. And it's so easy to fall in a lifestyle that everybody seems is, you know, the cool thing, the rapper lifestyle or whatever, you know. But it's so many avenues, like not taking that route that you can go, and that's kind of my leadership that I'm doing now. I get these opportunities, like I said, to go out the country, go to these different places, and that's kind of what my YouTube is for too. I make it look fun, and then once my guys seeing me do that, then they ask me questions like, bro, how are you doing all these things, bro? What are you doing? And I'm just like, you just got to network. You just got to put yourself out there. And but first, main thing is you got to be a good person, man. You got to respect people, bro. That's what I'm learning, bro. You can't always just have that niche that you've used to know, like however you see people on the internet act. That's not how it works in real life. You got to be approachable. You got to have good manners. You got to, smell good, all that. So that's just how I be a leader,
so
man.
real, man.
Yes, man. That's how I just implement being a leader. Just trying to be the best role model I can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely for me, for leadership, I think it's a big part of mine is I like to serve other people. So not only do they see me taking charge or whatever,
right,
whatever situation it is, could be a group project, could be on the basketball court, whatever, in the locker room as an RA, different things. It's how you go about talking to other people, how you respect them. And so when you said that clicked really right for me, because I've always wanted to be the person that obviously I enjoy leadership and I like to inspire people, but I also like to give back. And I feel like when people in my life that have given back to me, like some of my mentors and older people that I've known, that's when I really I'm attracted to them, because when you give something back to somebody, it's like it serves you the purpose to then kind of pass the baton on.
For sure.
So that's what I'm looking forward to as the future evolves. And, we're 3 dudes in our 20s, but one day we'll be 30, 40, 50.
For sure.
So how can we keep that going?
And that's what keeps you going, bro. Just having somebody, getting something from you, bro. That's what keeps you going, for sure.
So how does your inner circle of people feel about your YouTube channel and how you want to take it? Do you have people trying to tell you what should be on there, how you should do something, what you shouldn't do? Do you ever have people try to I don't want to say try to cut you down or try to build you up in ways that you don't want to see fit because it's your thing, right? Do you ever feel any criticism or any negative criticism or constructive criticism from anybody, and how do you handle getting that?
Be a leader for that, yeah.
Most definitely. Man, that's a good question, because I have great support. Anytime I post a video, man, on social media, the guys repost my stuff. But thing is, one thing I try to do is not try to send nobody my videos. I try to see who's gonna do it just out of love, just me posting.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's just to see, man.
Man, it's crazy, because that's what I tell Grant Johnson all the time. Why don't you send your dad the podcast? Because I want my dad to watch it organically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Grant sent it to everybody in his contact
list. I sent that to him today. That's why I texted you.
Of course you sent it.
It's one of those things
He always appreciates it.
Yeah, I can see it both ways, because, you want to see who's going to watch it and who's just, genuinely wants to support you. Obviously, we have a lot of episodes, it's hard to keep up. But it's also another thing, it's because it was the one episode with Jeff that we filmed, I filmed it, and I purposely sent it to, maybe 4 people, and I was like, I really know that they'd benefit from this. Yeah. So if it, for some reason, doesn't reach their feed, or they just see it and is busy at the time, I'll reach out and be like, I really think you'll like this episode. So, like I said, I can see it both ways.
It's a fine balance.
Yeah.
I think what you and Will say is absolutely right. You kind of see who is supporting you and everything.
Yeah.
But it's not just for that, because, you never know who you can impact.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's kind of you do have to take the risk of, who cares if I send it to this person or this person.
For sure.
You kind of talked about your channel and everything is at the point where you're still figuring out things. But how do you kind of lead yourself to figure out how to come up with a video idea? Because you talked about being different a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Is there any way that you go through that?
I just use inspiration. I still watch other content creators today, and I just get inspired off of them if I'm feeling you have them. Well, I know personally, I have them days where, man, why am I doing this, bro? I'm putting in all this work, man. I get 50 views. I'm like, bro, why am I doing this? But the more I watch guys in the position I hope to be in one day, they're just the main thing they say is stay consistent, keep going. It's not how you start, it's just how people are more attracted to your grind and consistency. So that's kind of my thing too. I just okay, I gotta wake up. That's just how I go about it. I just always like to get inspiration from others, and then I don't know, just my mindset. I'm just a creative guy. I don't know how. That's just something I was just blessed with. I always think of new ideas. I always come up with new ideas and make sure to write things down. So that's just how I go about it.
I think I remember the first time because obviously you're not afraid to put yourself out there, and I can date back to some of the first times I started communicating with you, and then I got your number, and then I'm never afraid to ask people to go do things, but sometimes people they can choose how receptive they are to that.
Definitely.
But you were like totally willing to. I think one of the first things we ever did together was like serve at this like event. I think it was that Easter egg thing, the horseback riding.
Yeah, first time riding a horse.
Yeah, me too.
That's
And so like
awesome.
it's just
Cool,
kind of
cool.
it's like power. Tobin talks about that a lot. Power of the yes.
Yes.
Yes. But so how
Yes.
do you think that you've always been like that as far as willing to take a risk, willing to say yes to people, and obviously do you try to inspire other people to do that too on a daily basis?
Yeah, I can say it's not always been like that. Like, me being the only child, struggling with just confidence was a big thing of mine. You know what I'm saying? Just because usually if you have a brother, you know what I'm saying, you have that guy like a big brother just come tag you
always
along,
talk to them.
teach you some stuff. Yeah, but it was always just up to me because I never wanted to go to my grandparents about anything. Like my grandparents, I just want the best for them. So I always had to teach myself. So it kind of just took a lot of failures to get to want to be out there, put yourself out there. So you have to fail first for sure. You have to mess up. You're gonna have to get turned down by that girl every once and then. But
Dang.
Every time.
yeah. But I think me. But I think
William.
me.
Real here.
Yeah.
Keep it in 100.
Yeah, I'm just being honest, man. You're not gonna get everyone. You're not gonna get everyone. But
Or anyone.
It's in God's timing, man. It's in God's timing, man.
for sure. But I think me taking those failures, I took them as lessons, and that's why I do inspire the guys now because I done messed up so many times. Like now I know how to go about it. I know ways to go through it, and like I said, you gotta just be confident in yourself, believe in yourself, man. And if you're doing the right thing, nothing but good is gonna come out of that for sure.
I just realized like when we were just playing basketball, like obviously there's some commotion on the court. Everybody has their own, how they play, how they talk trash or whatever.
Man,
It gets kind of busy. Who's gonna go on next or whatever.
yeah,
But it's kind of a full circle moment because it was, hey, there was a lot of commotion going on the court, and
yeah,
it was like you stepped up to the plate and was like, hey, no, like we're on. This is my team.
yeah,
Like you were a leader right there. Being from the outside in, I noticed that you're a leader already.
Yeah.
Like if I was just a stranger.
for sure. Yeah.
And that speaks volumes to me.
Mm.
And when you talk about how your guys back home, Memphis and everything, it's like
Mm.
it makes me really happy to hear that they do draw inspiration from you, because like not everybody's is blessed and gifted with an opportunity to get out or whatever their situation may
Definitely.
be.
For sure.
But I think what you're trying to is teach and preach basically is like, hey, there's more to life than just like these things. It's like
Always.
there's avenues to get out. There's avenues of success out there. You
Yeah.
just have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Um,
You got a question?
Oh, dude, I thought you did. I got.
Well, I mean, I do.
Go, man.
Dude, nah, bro.
Well, I kind of want to know everyone's answer, but
Oh, that's an L.
for Jredd
Start Jredd.
specifically, what is
Go around the
because we'll go around the room, but like, sorry, we'll go around the room here, full circle.
What is your question?
So I mean, you talk about like wanting to get out there and stuff like that. What do you think is the number one thing you've learned being at Defiance College? And I think going around the circle, I'll kind of point it out. I think there'll be a common trend, but I'll ask you, starting off.
Man, networking and asking questions, bro.
Yeah.
Like staying after class and talking to your professor, going around campus and joining new what we call it, clubs, organizations. Yeah, just put yourself out there because relationships are big, and I feel like that's the main part of college. I mean, of course, get your degree and everything, but relationships, they last forever. So I think just talking to people and getting to know people, man, you never know like what people could do for you or what position they could put you in. So that's my biggest thing, just network and talk to people.
Yeah. Well,
I'd go availability. Being available, right? Because a lot of people are in a lot of different things, and then there are people who seem to have their name on every single piece of paper, but are nowhere to be found when those events or meetings are happening.
that is
Right.
true.
Right.
So being
So,
that person that
Yeah,
can do
being
both.
being able. I would say, availability is huge. I would say not being all talk and no action,
Definitely.
because it's cool to say, yo, I'm involved in X, Y, and Z, but I never show up to X, Y, and Z. right? So it's one of those things where I think availability is huge along with that, right? Like they are like they go hand in hand. Like if you network, you're there. Like if you're networking and you're trying to go be there to talk to people, like you're being available and you're showing that. So I think availability is probably mine.
Yeah,
That's what someone said to me. I don't know who it was. It might have been you. It might not have been you. But like, you can have all these things on your resume, but if you can't talk about the things that you've done through these clubs, like, what are you doing? Like, It's not gonna really look. It's not gonna be any point. For me, I think we talked about it earlier, and something I didn't really think about before I got to college was being approachable. Because like for me, like if I saw people, maybe I did have like an RBF or whatever you want to call it, but like when you meet someone new, like smile at them, like say hi, or like when you shake hands, like make eye contact and smile, like what's up, man? I'm Adam.
There you go.
Like it's just such a small thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
You're nervous.
I'm shaking, man. I'm nervous.
Jredd got this guy.
But no,
nervous.
that's huge. Like that's how you make friends, like you said, networking and stuff like that. Like these relationships are gonna last forever. So learning how to do that is huge.
Exactly. You never know, 'cause you be sitting on a alumni board meeting and you got to talk to somebody,
dude,
who graduated 60 years before you did.
Being put on the spot is another thing. Learning how to take it.
Exactly, and how are you going to respond, right? Because I'm not going to talk to you guys the same way I talk to a 60-year-old man. I don't think he's going to get how fast I speak.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where you got to know the room, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Read a room. That's another thing. Read a room.
Reading the room.
Well,
I don't know how to read. I don't know how to read. I'm dyslexic.
We need a reading tutor for Will Garlock. What do you think is like the most important thing you've learned here? While you're at Defiance College.
I think over the past 4 years, Defiance College has taught me how to go about my everyday life. I think it's shaped me who I am as a person, as a man, to set me up for my future career, for my future endeavors, for my future family, patience, whatever. It's laid the foundation. I think when you come in as 18-year-old freshman, you obviously you're in a new place. You're surrounded by people you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a combination of what you three have said of networking, being available, being around, and being approachable. And I think a biggest thing I've learned here too, and it's actually one of the 4 pillars at the school, is service. And it's something that I've always was involved in high school.
What do you mean by that?
But when I got here, obviously there's so many opportunities to do things like that. And then when you go do them, whether that's just the egg extravaganza on horseback or going to do the McMaster project, where I get to impact somebody's life across the world.
Yeah.
Service was big. And with all of that coming along, you take in all those opportunities and experiences, and it kind of just builds your foundation for who you want to be the rest of your life.
Right.
So Will kind of joked about it, but none of you guys said education. Like that's the thing about college. Like you learn about your degree and everything like that, but you learn a lot more about yourself.
Yeah, and that's
like that's why I think the main advantages of college is just learning how to talk to people, learning how to be approachable, network, whatever it is. Like I think that's the main point. Yeah, you're learning and you're still going to school and learning whatever you want to learn about, preparing you for your future, but your future is always going to be filled with talking to people and meeting people like that, and starting a YouTube video or a YouTube channel, like to service, to understand.
I think also being on a college campus, it's a little separated from the outside world. There's a lot of noise in the world, and there's a lot of things that are going on. I mean, just from like even just talking to people back home, like if you have friends back home, you hear a lot of different things of what's going on in their lives or whatever. When you're on a college campus, the people that you're surrounded with all the time are like how you kind of act and how you go about life, I think. So it's really important to me to find people that you agree with their how they live their life and everything. And because when the noise gets loud, it's like, who are you going to fall back on? Who are you going to fall back to? Who are you going to talk about your day to? Who are you going to learn. And
Thank you.
I think when you have a group like that, it also teaches you to be a leader.
Got to.
Because then when you go out into your actual community, people are like, man, Defiance College, graduate, Defiance College, whatever. He's a leader.
Yeah.
He's learned something other than just how to go get straight A's or something. Like he's a real good person. And you said that was the first thing you just said on the earlier.
And also, I think another thing about just being around, like you said, in college on a campus like this, and being around people our age is like you feed off each other too. Like you learn that you don't know everything, and it could be in all different areas too. Like one person may know something more than you, and then you ask them about that, and then they tell you all those kind of things. So I think that's another important thing to know about just taking the chance of just going to college and not focusing just too much on education, because I know a lot of people don't want to go to college because they think about the homework, the schoolwork, and all that. But, I mean, the experience you get is something you'll remember forever.
And I would say it also shows you don't have it as bad, because a lot of people think their lives are way worse than what they are.
Right.
And then you meet some people in college and you're just like, wow, yeah, I thought I had it bad. I thought my high school
came from
experience
nothing.
was
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I thought, I had this, but like, and then you hear stories of literal friends who literally have nothing.
Definitely.
We're like, well, you know what, we're scraping everything together so I can get my family out. It's one of those things where you're like, dang, like
my only job is to play basketball and get good grades. Like I'd take that over anything. You know,
exactly.
I don't have to grow up yet.
Yeah.
But I think through the 4 years you do grow up, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. And a degree also, like, to kind of bounce off that, like, a degree can mean so much more for someone than another person, because, like, that one person be like, man, I finally got this degree I worked so hard for, and I got my family out, whereas for another family, like, that's the standard. Like, someone might graduate with a B and be all upset that they walked that graduation with a B instead of all A's, It's just all about perspective, man. We talked about it. So
I think the one thing you can say too when you get out of an institution after going through 4 years at it is like nobody can ever take that time and education away from you and the experiences, like you said, because they can. So everybody should always be proud of like what they've accomplished, and then just look forward to the next thing, like the next big opportunity or whatever. So like you talked about growing your channel after college and just continuing that.
Yeah.
Like that's leaving a legacy, like continuing just to strive to always do the next thing. I think that's big. So I remember watching your video, your testimony video.
Okay.
And like you talked about your growing up and experience and everything, and your mentors that you've met along the journey and people that you can fall back on.
Yeah.
Is there any expansion on what they've done for you for your life? Whether that was big thing that stuck out to me in the video was like you finding kind of your faith and everything, but like your perseverance through that. Like any expansion on that? That was kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it was just hard, like not having a real father figure in my life, and I was just teaching myself everything, and then hanging around my age group, I just never kind of just clicked with them because my mindset was just so much more on growing and being successful. Like I don't always want to be in this struggling position that I see around everywhere, basically, and so I just it ties back into just going out there, putting yourself out there, and luckily my grandmother she always took me to church, and just her legacy and just the good woman she is. People always just asked about me, and then I was just always just quiet little boy, just what I'm saying, just gonna ask you a question, shake your hand. Everybody respect somebody that plays sports. And I can say I've gained just so many mentors on this journey. Guys done put in my life and just taught me so many things about just how I'm given a gift, and that you must keep going. Like I got to keep going, just because even though everybody around you isn't doing what you're doing or may talk like the way I talk, it's because God has chosen you to be this person to lead others, and so they can follow you, even though they might not follow you right now, but on the back end, they might see something in you and they gaining something from it. And so I just shout out some guys. My guy, Mr. Thomas, Pastor Joe, he's up here at Experience Church. T that y'all just had on here last episode, he's been amazing mentor. It taught me so much. And just to be 25, it's like things like that. You just
He's right there.
love that. Yeah. And my 2 pastors back home, Donald Walker Jr. and Charles Hobson. Those are just some great guys in my
That's
life.
awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely know. I had this conversation with somebody like just yesterday. It was like there's definitely been times in my life, especially here, where it seems like everybody knows you, but there's been times where I've been here and I've been sitting in my room, whether it was like doing OChem homework, doing something like that on a Friday night or something, and you're just sitting in your room by yourself, and it's like, it's kind of like you ask a question like, what am I doing? Like, is this what everybody else is doing? No, it's probably not. But I always had the vision and always had the drive, and I felt that God had chose me to do that so I could get through it. So yeah, like there's gonna be times where you're just sitting and you could be kind of feel lonely, but you always know that you can lean on somebody, and He's like always looking down on us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's what like stuck out to me when you just said that.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Man, I mean, you can have all the friends in the world, but like that's your true relationship right there, you know. And like, there's definitely been times because I mean, I'm grateful to know a lot of people and have a lot of friends that I can lean back on. But there's definitely times that I feel all alone, you know. So it's just like, man, what the heck am I doing with my life? Like I have those times, and I think we all do at some point, you know. Like, why am I going through all this? Like, what's the point of doing all this? But
I think it puts a great line on. You have your real friends and you have your friends.
For sure.
Right? Sure. Like, because there are a lot of time, like, sitting in there and doing the OChem on a Friday night, sitting in my room, staring at my ceiling at 8 o'clock on a Friday. Like, that's when you can tell. And of course, my real friends are not around.
You're not even in OChem.
you do OChem?
You're not even in OChem. I don't want to hear it.
I said I'm staring at the ceiling. I don't do OChem, but I stare at the ceiling, right? And it's one of those times on a Friday night when no one's texting you, no one's doing anything, right? That's when you find your real friends in the end of your friends, right? And that's when something like that like you have that like what am I doing with my life moment. I'm not a loser on Friday night and do OChem like some of these guys over here, but
I mean, it took actual chem, man.
Oh, see, there you go. Wow. Yeah. So it's one of those like that's where you really learn that divide between the people who like, oh yeah, that's my guy, yes, that's my friend, and they're like, that's literally my boy, that's my boy right there.
Right, and this kind of goes back to the question you said in the beginning about how do I go about it with this YouTube stuff, and do I gain from friends and stuff, and it'll be times like it's on a Saturday night, and they're asking me about parties and am I wanting to go here? Well, I'm thinking about, man, I want to record a video.
Real.
I want to just, come up, create ideas because that's what's going to last. The party's going to be. And now it's nothing wrong with partying. You also can have your times to have fun. Yeah. But it's just the way I am is just like I like to work. I just like to keep myself busy because I know it's going to pay off in the long run. And so it's just like we all have those times, man. You just got to choose your friends wisely.
Choose your friends and look at the bigger picture and know that something is on the horizon. Something's always out there. Yeah. And I feel like when you are sitting there and you kind of have that reflective moment, it also helps you work on yourself and get you prepared. Like God helps you get prepared for whoever else you're supposed to meet, whoever else you're supposed to connect with, and what you're supposed to maybe even do with your life, I think He puts us in position to do that on purpose. It's just so we trust in Him.
For sure.
What's something you're looking forward to right now?
Yeah, good question, Toby.
Something I'm looking
because I mean that's like we kind of talked about, being lonely in your room or whatever, like finding purpose and stuff like that. Like everyone, in order to not feel like that, you have to have like one goal that you want to hit or like something that you're looking forward to right now. Like I'm looking forward to the honors night and like master symposium, like we talked about. Like that's something I'm looking forward to, or in the summer, like going on trips in the summer, like it's stuff that you're looking forward to. So like, what's something that's kind of keeping you going right now and keeping you get to that place?
For sure, one thing is football season. Just got a spring ball, so we've been putting in so much work. So looking forward to that. But one thing about me is I just always like I was just saying, I like to keep myself busy. So I just have so many things coming up for me, and that's just from, like I said, putting myself out there. So like I think Thursday I'm going to Lima, and my internship, they're going to speak to some kids and go through this process called mission portraits where they talk about their core values, the idea of themselves, their missions, their visions, and just more things like that. I got a online something where I'm talking about the social work program, and that's a opportunity that comes. And that's another thing. It's like when you put in your work, it's like you got to look at the small blessings that come with it. Like you might not really look at it as a small blessing, but it really is. And just being who I am, being a good person, like things will just come up and I don't even ask about it. Somebody will ask me, can I do this for them? And so that kind of what keeps me going, because I've been seeing that so often, just going on and on. So that's just what keeps my drive and just to keep going.
People see that leadership. People see that work you put in.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying. It makes you say, man, that it was worth it.
Mm.
He was looking up. He was looking after me.
Yeah.
Talking about God and stuff.
Right.
That's awesome.
And some people don't, or a lot of people don't look at it like that, between the have to and get to, like that's, those two words completely divide two different people.
Man.
It's like on how they look at life, like you get to do that. Like,
right.
It's so nice to hear you say that instead of like, I have to go do this. Like it's everything's truly a blessing.
Yeah.
The way
opportunity.
Well, what's something you're looking forward to in the near future?
Wow. What do I have to do this week?
Fortnite.
Fortnite with the boys. Fortnite with the boys. Nah, but in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to everything McMaster this week. So you're gonna see this in like June or May. So this something that happened like 2 months ago in your time. So,
Sorry.
Nah,
Go
that's all
back
right.
and check out Will Garlock's presentation.
Don't. They're gonna be bad. I'm looking forward to that. Man, my mom and dad will be here, so I'm excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
for sure.
congrats, man.
Thanks. Mom and pops are coming up, so and then we got a golf match the same day. So one of those things where we gotta. I have a
some
presentation
fun.
at 10 noon, tea time at 1. Come back. Award ceremony at 7. So it's one of those where I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be a great day. And then that Sunday I gotta do my date auction, so I have to go to Detroit. I don't have to. That's something I really get to do.
Yeah.
Get to go to Detroit, watch Tigers game, and then next weekend we have golf
HCAC
championships. So it's like, and then the next
a lot
week,
of good stuff coming up for Will
that
Garlock.
next week we have then that week after commencement for this guy. Got to be there. We have to sing in that. I have to sing in that, and then I go to Rome that next week. So it's
Oh
like,
my goodness.
it's dude. It's
a
like
lot.
the next 3
There's
weeks.
a lot
are-
to look forward to.
next 3-4
lot of
weeks are really,
blessings
really
coming.
busy.
You
So
know,
I'm
that's what I
excited.
was just
man.
saying.
Really excited.
Small blessings.
How about you, Tobin? What are you looking forward to, man?
Well, obviously, McMaster Symposium, Honors Night, we talked about. Just like Will, got a big trip coming up over the summer, Ghana.
Man,
So-
we got a few big trips coming up this summer.
Yeah, we do. And then, obviously, Will didn't talk about it. I'm surprised, coaching baseball the entire summer.
Oh, because I didn't want to take everything from you.
Oh, yeah, you had to give me some.
I'd give you at least 1 or 2 things.
Obviously, skydiving, yeah. You can talk about that. I don't know. I mean, a lot of other trips, grinding for next soccer season, obviously. So, kind of make that a good one. But there's always a lot of good things to look forward to. Even working, saving up some money, seeing my family, like from back home, like the little things. So, yeah. About you?
I think just these
Big one
next-
on May 13th.
These next 2 weeks, really just taking it in and reflecting on life and reflecting on the time I've had here and trying to give back and say thank you to as many people as I can.
You're welcome.
In different ways. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.
And Adam.
You're welcome.
Oh, you too, Jredd. Thank you.
And Jredd.
Thanks, Jredd.
I'm inclusive, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, you too, Monster. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate
Hey, bro.
you being
Hey,
here.
come say what's up. Come say what's up.
Yeah,
Come say
what's up?
Come say what's up. We can't
just
have
think
you. We
you-
can't have you just sit there and not say anything, bro. We
Hey.
cannot say anything. Bro.
Shout out his channel here in a second.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes, sir. There you go. Good. Had to get him in, bro.
You
You've
can't
been
just
watching this the whole
pretend.
time.
Can't just pretend he's not here.
Like literally, bro.
Also, literally about 30 minutes ago, Professor Allaire was in.
Yeah, he was
he
sitting
Shout out
opened
T.
up the door,
Our very first.
and he just went like
audience.
this. He started taking
The
videos of
guy,
us.
man.
Oh, dude.
I love
It's
that.
so
felt
funny
so
too
good.
because we
Awesome.
talked about that when we were kind of filming or when we were starting the podcast of like, man, maybe one day there would be like somebody watching us do a podcast and like that
And
happened.
now, like, Professor Allaire, like, I don't know about you guys. I didn't text him or anything. He just walked down here,
Yeah, no, yeah. I
knew we were
was gonna ask.
and
I was
he
gonna be
just
I was gonna be like, who the hell
opened the
told-
door, and
who
he
the hell
just
told
looked at us.
Preston T to walk in? I was getting ready
Dude.
to say that.
We were hooping early.
Dude, he looked at us like a proud
He's
father.
legit.
Yeah, he's
Like,
awesome.
he
He was-
had
yeah.
the biggest smile, and
It's
He started filming us with his phone. And did he FaceTime someone too?
Yeah, FaceTime call. I was like, I was looking for my phone. I was like, I hope he's not calling me.
Yeah.
I hope he's not calling me.
I think he called
right
like one of
now.
those buddies, like recorded us or
Probably.
something. Like
goes to the room. That's where I did that.
that's so crazy.
That's really cool, and I think that's the best part about being here. Like,
It makes you want
like
to.
this.
Tell me about it, man.
Right?
It makes you want to keep
Here.
going. You know, like
Like, yeah, that's my thing. Like, it's being at a place like this. You know, none of us are music majors.
and
None of us
he
are
doesn't
music
care.
minors, right? Like, it's just
You just feel that support from people.
we're all in his choir, and he just rolled in,
Right.
and that's just what he does, and that's the best part. I always say that's the best part about a place like this.
Yeah.
You know, professors who you may have a class for them, right, or class for whoever it is, and they're tapping into your life. They want to know what's going on.
Dude,
They
I
love
get
to be
that all
around,
the time. I mean,
which is legit.
And you gotta take notes, man. Like people like that. You like
Exactly.
you gotta take notes on people that's gonna do stuff for you, and
Exactly.
but not necessarily that. Maybe I should
It's
say that.
just-
But
that's one of the
people that are just proud of you.
Go out of their
Exactly.
way. They
Support
go out
you.
of their way to support you.
Yeah.
legitimately,
Exactly.
Right? Because and around here, that list is it's not long. One, there's not enough paper. You're not long enough for have enough room to put everybody, and that's the best part about here.
That's one of the
Who it
biggest like piece of advice or encouragement that I would give to, like, obviously I'm not gonna be here next year and everything. Like, I'm on my way out, but like biggest piece of advice for people that are still in the process of finishing up college, and it was kind of what I was getting at, is saying thank you and always taking notes of those people, because one day you're gonna be out of here, and then you're still gonna have those relationships though, for those people that really like stuck by your side and kind of seek your success. Like, they thrive off it too, and like send you that congratulation text or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, that's like what I'm kind of looking forward, honestly, is seeing all those messages and just all the support build up, and like just thanking God for all the blessings that he's provided for me to meet all these people.
Yeah.
Because like I want to be here in this room filming a podcast if it wasn't for literally the people in this room, right?
Right.
So it means a lot to me, and it just propels me to want to do that at the next institution I'm at and try to make an impact there.
And also, GC, bro, I want to give you your flowers, bro. Like, Grant, like, man, anytime somebody needed anything or needs you to speak in front of somebody or run a event, you was always there, bro. So I just want to give you your
Hey,
flowers,
that means a
bro.
lot.
Man,
Yeah.
Clap it up for Grant. I'm going to clap it up for Grant. We going to miss you, bro.
If you cry, I swear that will be a meme. Do not cry. Because if you cry, then I'm gonna cry,
Yeah.
and then that
Just
makes
like
two memes,
just like
right?
basketball.
Yeah, then it makes two memes, and then I'm
That's
gonna
gonna
be
happen May 13th.
I'm
I
gonna
hope
be
you're ready.
upset.
You're a
I hope you
meme,
guys are
bro.
ready.
God bless it.
Ever since I known Grant, bro, he was
Dude,
just always there. Always had that smile on his face, too. G smile.
Yeah, that's it.
You see what I'm saying? He got the tag. He got the tag, bro.
That's
He got
him,
the
bro.
tag.
Hey everyone, welcome back to this next section of the podcast. So what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna do this thing. It's called a draft battle, right? Everybody,
I said giraffe battle.
a giraffe battle, right? In honor of the NFL draft is being the week that we record this, right? So we're doing this. Yeah, National Football League. We're doing the draft this week. So we're gonna play this game because we got one of the best members of the secondary in the country, in my opinion. In the country,
Jredd, baby.
right? So
What's your number?
21.
21, baby. 21. Can you do something?
right? So
What's up, Bobby?
we got one of the best members of the secondary in the country out here, Jredd. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a little draft battle, right? So we'll do 3 rounds, right? 3 rounds for each topic, and then we'll go along. You get 1 pick per round, right? No snake. So it's just gonna start. Every round will start with Jredd, right? So that's what we'll do. So Toby, I'm gonna introduce the topic.
Yeah, we'll do, you say 3 topics?
3 topics. Just
3
tell us the first one.
Alright, first one. Sit down restaurants.
Ooh. Jredd, whenever you want, get up and go.
We're gonna start off with something fancy. I'm gonna say Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Oh, steakhouse.
All right.
Nice little sit down
My
restaurant.
guy dropped a
I-
steakhouse
I've never
first.
heard of
Yeah.
it. I've had it once.
All right, if you're going that way, I'm going that way too. Give me Texas Roadhouse. Oh, give me Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
Hey, Bossy like that one. Bossy like that one. Yes, sir.
Man, that was gonna be mine. man.
Yup.
Obviously, I don't want to do like any like small name business or whatever.
You can.
I know.
I support local. Hashtag support local
You know
business.
what? This could be very debatable. Definitely for number 1 pick. I'm going Skyline.
Hey, Skyline Chili.
I'm going Skyline.
Hey, it's always good.
You could have got Skyline in the third, bro.
Yeah,
Make a fifth round.
You
I'm
like
scared.
Skyline too?
It's alright.
I was scared Grant
I've
was
never
gonna
had
take.
Skyline. I don't even know what that is.
Dude,
Oh my God,
You got hot dogs
sometime
on
we
top.
can
You
jump
gotta
in the
go
summer,
Skyline.
man.
You gotta go
Okay,
Skyline.
Because I got him
Sounds
on it.
good.
And
Wow.
me and
Grant, round one.
my number 1 pick's gonna be Outback Steakhouse. It's a family
Okay.
favorite.
Yeah, big.
Hey, mate. What are you picking?
Uh,
Two. Already got
still in restaurants, right?
Yeah. Sit down restaurants.
Got a funny one.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna go with Hooters.
Hey, yeah. Where's John Daly at? Let me get John Daly.
Oh, I
Yes,
got mine.
sir.
I got mine.
All right, for my second round pick, I'm gonna go Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh,
Let's
Okay.
go.
beat
I
up.
gotta get some meetups in there. Yes, sir.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of this one. It's called Hot Rock.
No.
So
Please
it's
explain.
down. I think it's down like Dayton area, maybe, and like literally like they give you. No, where is it at? I don't know where it's at. But they give you like just this, just black rock, you know, and it's hot.
Oh,
and you like put your
food
You have to
on
put
it.
your
I've
food
always
on
wanted
like
to
cook it
try
yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was real good.
Very fancy.
Really?
This is a birthday party or something?
Okay.
Okay.
It was a while ago, but I only been there once, but it was real good. So.
That's-
Shout out to my guys back home, Roosters.
Roosters, yep.
Mid.
That's the best right there, too.
Appreciate you, man.
Mid.
I'll go with
That's close though.
seafood place, Red Lobster.
See, okay, dang it. Okay, I was gonna go with that.
He got that.
I was gonna eat that one.
Biscuits, man.
Dang, okay, that's great pick, Jared. That's great. Great. Hey.
That was a good pick.
Bless it. I was gonna take that one. All right. I gotta flip. Now I'm gonna flip to breakfast, right? I'm gonna go
Oh,
breakfast.
yeah, bro.
I already know.
So I got two of them here. There's three ways I can go here. Ah,
I'm going whatever way
man.
you don't go because
Yep, you're gonna have to go
everybody-
the other way. Yep. Give me IHOP.
Okay.
Quick.
Like, I'm gonna
That's
take
the main
IHOP. I was
one.
gonna take Denny's, right? But like,
Ooh.
because Denny's is all American, right? But I'm like, no, I gotta go IHOP. I haven't had Denny's in so long. I had a couple weeks ago with Ronnie Coles, so
Both
yeah,
are-
great job.
Neither of those are one I was gonna pick,
I think I know what you're gonna pick though.
but there's two of them, and based on one of them's a lot better than the other one.
I know.
But based
I know
on
what
the
you're gonna
time of
pick.
day,
I know what you're gonna pick.
Waffle House.
I knew it.
Waffle
Yeah,
House. Yeah,
that's
I
I
see
was
that
thinking
coming.
about, I should have took Waffle
Yeah.
House. Oh my god.
Waffle
Well,
House.
Oh my god.
I don't know if any of you guys have
That
tried
shit
the
big,
breakfast
too.
from this place, but it's a family favorite of mine. Cracker Barrel.
I know Cracker
Yeah.
Barrel.
Of course.
I know.
My favorite restaurant.
restaurant.
Why skin color more like that?
It's like home cooked food, man. It's
No,
good.
Yeah.
What's the next topic?
Yeah, tell me round
Alright,
two.
we already did something similar in like a previous episode, but let's go with Marvel characters.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Just take a little bit to think about it.
okay.
And why? Like what personality or superhero power? Like,
What?
you know what I mean? Like why did you pick them?
Oh, okay, there we go. Cool, thank you, dude. Jared, who you going with?
Let's go, Spider-Man, start out with.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was the one I wanted. That was
Nice
the one I
pick.
wanted. Kind of pissed.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go this one.
I know he's
Gonna have to, bro. I'm gonna have to take Hemi Turner's Tony Stark, man. I have to take Tony Stark Iron Man.
Why'd you just take my pick?
Rest in peace.
Pause.
You always say
I know.
Captain America.
Well, because I knew neither of you would pick Captain America.
Well, now I'm gonna pick it.
Well, yeah, I know that because you're facetious. You're kind
That's
of
literally that was my number one pick, Captain America. I need that heart and soul on my team.
Man, y'all crazy.
Like I was
See,
surprised
like,
you didn't pick it.
well, my thing was like one, it was predictable. That's why I didn't pick it. And two,
Oh.
you two have buried Captain America at least 4
Oh,
times in this
dude,
podcast.
like,
So
just-
that's why I didn't pick him.
just
And you only
because-
picked him out of spite for me. So
No, if you picked
that makes you a
Captain
jerk.
America, I would have picked Iron Man. Like whatever way you didn't go, I was going.
that's
Because I
crazy.
need that kind of leader on
I'm
my team.
picking
you know what
Thor.
I'm saying?
That's crazy.
He's valid. I mean, obviously he's goat.
Let's see if we count this one. Let's go Wolverine. We count
Yeah,
it.
because you got
Okay,
that.
count that.
Yeah, anyone under
Cause
the
y'all
banner.
know, you
I'm
know.
saying-
you
Yeah,
know.
anyone under the banner. Banner, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm gonna take that.
Oh, I'm not him. I'm not an MC, just an MCU guy. I know.
Also
Yeah.
trained.
I know. Because he only knows what the MCU. I
Kinda
don't know about anything else.
Okay.
Let me take. See, I ain't going mainstream because I know these guys are gonna go mainstream the rest of the time. Well, maybe not you. Him, he's definitely
I
gonna go
like
mainstream the whole time.
mainstream.
So, I really like the Punisher. I'm
Is
gonna
that
take the Punisher.
on Netflix?
He's the Punisher. I mean, like he's on more than just Netflix. Like
Okay.
he's
I've
around.
heard
He's
about
he's in all forms of
Who you got, Toby?
media. So
We can't do villains, can we?
Yeah, you can.
He said superheroes.
No, you made the topic. Marvel characters. Boom.
I don't know what I would pick for villain.
Just pick somebody,
I
bro.
think I'm a big Doctor Strange guy.
All
I
right,
love
he's
me
cool.
Doctor Strange, dude. He's got all these tricks up his sleeve. You know, he's unpredictable.
I'll go Hulk. That guy's really smart.
Okay.
The Hulk's technically not
Seven
smart.
PhDs.
Hulk's not smart.
Yeah, it's just Bruce
Well,
Banner.
he got
Banner,
smart.
Bruce
Wayne.
Banner. Bruce
Or
Banner.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Not Bruce Wayne. Sorry.
This man just said Bruce Wayne. Normie, make fun of him, please. That's crazy. Yeah, Bruce Banner
Okay.
is smart. Hulk is just the big dude, right? He didn't have the brains.
green guy.
Because Bruce Banner is a separate character and Hulk is a separate character.
Well, the whatever the scientist is, that guy.
Mhm.
Bruce Banner, or you could say Professor Hulk, because that's when he put his brains actually in Hulk.
I would
Area round 3.
Let's go Guardians of the Galaxy route.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Take Little Rocket.
Okay.
Little Rocket.
Easy.
Funny guy.
I got mine. I got mine.
Fire. I'm gonna take Miles Morales.
Is he the guy that's in Guardians?
No, he is.
No.
See, that's what I told you. He is Spider-Man in a different universe.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, the Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
He is the star of that movie.
Okay.
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I showed up to that movie and there's like 3 Spider-Mans in it. I'm like, what's going on here?
I could have went crazy and
Sorry,
did
Jonas.
3 different Spider-Man, but I was like, I'm not gonna do
Bro,
that.
I could choose Captain Peggy Carter.
You could choose Captain Carter.
And you know, the new Doctor Strange movie doesn't happen. No, I'm gonna go. I think I have to. Like, I want to stick with that heart and soul on my team. You got a little bit of arrogance with Doctor Strange, so I need to bring it back, right? I'm going Black Panther.
No, that's fire.
Kinda forever.
That's fire.
That's a good one right there.
I'm gonna say
That would've been a good episode to bring back.
the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, the Star guy, Star Trek guy, or
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Peter Quill.
Because he likes my favorite song.
Peter Quill.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ain't no mountain high.
Okay. That was good.
Man, Grant just really got exposed out here.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Grant, it was like Grant exposed himself. It
All the
wasn't us
superhero fans
exposed.
coming for you, bro.
Alright, cereal. Let's do it.
Cereal. Start off with Captain Crunch.
Perfect.
God bless America.
Yeah,
Do you like the peanut butter kind?
I got it.
no, I can't do the people.
Oh, so does that include all Captain Crunch, like all
Yeah,
berries?
No,
and,
just
like,
the berries and.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the whole. I think it's the whole band.
No,
I think if you say one, it's the whole band. Yes. You just got overruled. 3 is greater than 1.
Whatever.
Give me Cinnamon Toast Crunch though.
Okay. Yeah. That's valid.
Thank you.
That's
That's
valid.
valid.
It's another one of those things where if you didn't go this route,
Yeah,
I was gonna go that route.
either route.
So
Yeah.
now that you went Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I gotta go Frosted Flakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
that's it.
Good job. Good
Apple
job.
Jacks.
Apple. Ooh.
Uh,
You could have got that in the 3rd round.
Sorry.
That's
You
mid.
got
No,
it.
I would have got a second.
Oh,
You-
What other cereal's good?
Bro, I know so many
Man,
I don't really eat cereal.
big cereal.
this is a funny one. Let's go Pops.
They go crazy.
This is fun, dude.
No way I'm even thinking about picking that.
Bro, I would tear down some Pops.
That's what I was gonna say, Gracie.
I would
Great
tear
Crunch.
down some Pops.
All right. Let me get Lucky Charms though.
Alright.
Yeah.
You can have that. I don't want that.
Thank you, bro. The marshmallows, bro. I used to be a fiend with them. I used to eat
Hey,
straight up. You guys, my siblings, I used to eat the marshmallows out of them things. I was a demon.
That's crazy.
you gotta think about the best commercial of all time when you think of cereal.
No more riding your bike to school. You'll be driven by a chauffeur from now on.
What?
Oh, and you can't go to the concert.
Yes.
So we're bringing it to you.
Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
The perfect combination of chocolate and peanut butter flavor. Wow, it's Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. Reese's
Bro.
Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Chocolate flavor.
I think that guy's a rapper now. I don't know.
I hope so.
Dude.
He dropped that banger. He dropped that when we were like 8. I hope he did. I hope he did.
How many punches of those?
Oh no, bro.
All right, granddad.
You say granddad.
It's nutritious and delicious.
The zero cholesterol part.
Wait, which kind though? The blue
I
one?
should've said
Which kind?
Lipid.
Yeah, you get all of them. You get all of them.
Alright.
Jeez.
What about you? Third, final
Round
round.
3, Jay.
Let's go with the cereal you gotta eat in like 15 seconds or the soggy Fruity Pebbles.
God bless America, dude. I was
That
ready to
is,
take
bro.
that.
You can
That's
go
right,
another
bro.
way with this though. You know what I mean?
They'll get soggy quick.
Oh man.
Oh, I have a weird
Now
one.
I gotta. This is a throwback. I got 3 in mind right now. I'm just gonna do it. Throwback to my childhood. Give me Cookie Crisp, bro.
Ooh, that's
Mm,
okay.
Give me Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
Give me Cookie
One
Crisp,
time,
bro.
one time I had a bad batch of that stuff. It was.
Hey, that's yours.
I got
never
turned
had.
off.
Pause. I ain't never had a bad
You say a
Keep that
pause.
up there.
Pause.
I'm gonna go Cocoa Pebbles.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's different enough.
It's different.
I should have known.
This is really odd and different, but have you guys ever did like granola with cereal?
Nah, I heard about that before, but I
That's
never
mine.
tried
I'll
it.
literally like we'll buy granola at the store and I'll just put milk in it. That's my cereal. It's really good.
All right, Granddad. Let's hear your 3. Bro.
All right, see, I
Low
don't really
cholesterol.
get cereal like that, but I'm gonna say Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yep, that's fire.
That's good.
And, 2 more.
Yeah, you gotta think 2 more. All for it, man. 2 more.
Shoot. Might take a minute, I ain't gonna lie.
all we got is time.
Don't Raisin Bran.
Yeah.
Raisin the great.
That's not good, bro.
He should have went for the grandpa trifecta and grabbed it.
I was thinking about just doing the basic Cheerios.
Let me see.
Oh my God, heart health.
Special K.
Special K. What are you, my mom?
Special K.
My mom. That's the only cereal we got when I was a kid.
Gluten free.
On a random snow day in January, you just
Special
walk
K.
downstairs. Mom, we got any cereal? I got Special K.
Really? Mrs. Rock used to say that? I'm going to ask her about that.
And then you sit there, you look. No.
Fruity Loops?
Fruit Loops, bro. None of us said Fruit Loops.
I was thinking about
I was going to.
Fruit Loops, hey, I'm gonna ruin everyone's childhood. All Fruit Loops taste the same.
I was thinking tricks.
Oh my God!
All right,
We
guys.
missed so many.
Take us home, really.
Hey, fellas, you two, anything else you want to say?
Just want to say thank you once again, Jredd, for coming on. This was really fun and learned a lot. Just like
enjoyed it, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Always takes what I say. So, Jredd, again, we want to thank you for hopping on. Where can the people find you? Any closing remarks you have?
So if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Jredd, JAYREDD _3. Snapchat RealRed_2. And if you want to go to my YouTube channel, you just type in Jredd. If you can't find it, just type in Jredd and then space football, and I should pop up. And man, any closing words? And if y'all don't mind, we can go around the room. I just want to give advice to any content creators or anybody who wants to take that chance.
Man. Get even go, dude.
Awesome.
When I walked in here, I told Grant, man, just start. Don't be afraid to start, man. And don't worry about what another person's going to say about you.
Yep,
Exactly.
Sure.
Yep,
100%.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah. So I was getting ready to echo that same statement. I would say, make content you want to make. Don't be afraid of what people might think about you, right? Because you want it to be your experience. You want to keep it real, right? You're not fake. That's the one thing I would say when you instantly thought of that was make what you want to make because it's yours. It's not. The guy in Oregon who's watching my video 3 months after it dropped, right? It's mine, right? And whoever I have in it, right? It's ours, right? So that's what I would say.
Most definitely.
And listen, what I was gonna say, man, make yourself comfortable being uncomfortable. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations as much as possible. That's gonna encourage you to grow, enhance your growth, stuff like that. It's only gonna build up. Like you might do something embarrassing, so what? Who cares what people think? Like they're not gonna be thinking about it a day from now or whatever it is. You just gotta do your own thing. So.
Mine's pretty simple. Have faith.
Yeah.
Trust it.
Yeah. Important. Very important.
100%.
Also, you got anything?
I would say it's be you, be a leader, keep being consistent, and never give up.
Wow.
Awesome, bro.
Sweet. Stay in the shot. Stay in the shot.
Powerful, bro.
Again, for myself, Grant Johnson, the Tobinator, Jredd, Fossil, we want to thank you all for hopping on another episode of 3 Dudes in Their 20s. Again, tap into all Jredd's content. Hop on there, give it a like. We want to see you grow his channel as long as you grow ours too, right? Because we're all for everybody helping. Homies help homies. That's what I like to say. Hey, HBO, help brother out, right?
Help brother.
That's what I love to say, right? Again, and for that, we want you to get up and go along with your day, week, night, morning, whenever you watch this. Thank you again for tapping into another episode of 3 Dudes in Their 20s, and we'll see you next time.
Season 2.
They see me skipping the step. When I look back, don't want no regret. So I just put my head down to the ground. No, this ain't as big as it gets. Holding my horses, I had to sit down. I was tripping and taking a risk. Just cause the time running down on the clock, no, that don't mean that you got a blitz. Just chillin', be patient, keep working on you, and you'll see that thing coming in quick.